Well, hi guys, it's Knox from www.gamebeat.net and ever since our initial review of the Gigabyte EP45 UD3P board, great board, I've had a lot of people emailing me and posting comments asking for more details on, you know, exactly how to overclock with this board. I can kind of understand that, because at first glance the settings in the BIOS can be intimidating. In fact, to be quite honest, some of them I don't even know what the hell they do, but have become quite familiar with Gigabyte boards, having owned the P35 board before this one, and over the past however long it's been since I've owned this board, 4 months I guess, I've become quite familiar with overclocking it. In fact, I've got my quad-core Q9450 running at a happy 3.5 gigahertz. A little on the toasty side, but it's fine enough for me. This is using a Sunbeam Tunic Tower 120. Anyway, so I thought I'd show you guys just a few of the options in the BIOS and show you how to get some of the best overclocking you can out of the board, at least to my knowledge. Again, the usual disclaimer definitely applies. I'm no professional, and even if I were, I would tell you this: if you fuck up your shit, it's not my problem. Make sure you know what you're doing, make sure you follow my directions, and even if you do follow my directions and fuck up your shit, it's your own problem. You can come and you can ask me for help, but don't come blaming me, don't come at me with an attitude, and everything will be just fine. So, now that that crap is out of the way, here we go. The first thing I want to tell you guys to do, especially you guys who have not updated your BIOS at all, haven't flashed your BIOS since you've bought the board, the first thing you want to do is flash your BIOS. You'll hear all these warnings on the internet about, oh, don't flash your BIOS, you know, you'll screw up your machine and it's not worth the risk, and don't do it unless something's broken. But the shipping BIOS that comes with the Gigabyte EP45 UD3P is quite a bit older than what's available now. There's a lot of overclocking features that have been added, a lot of more stability overclocking, and the Gigabyte, the board makes it a snap. I mean, it is so simple, and the board features dual BIOS, which means should you ever screw up your BIOS flash, the board will automatically recover from a backup chip, and so, you know, you're pretty much good to go. So what I've done is I've obtained the latest BIOS for the Gigabyte EP45 UD3P. As of this taping, the latest BIOS is F8, not F8A or F8F or F8B or any of those. F8, which means it's the final release BIOS. F8A, F8B, F8F, those are all beta versions. So what you're looking for is BIOS version F8. I'll try and remember to post a link to this file in the description of the video or something, or on the forum, on the GameBeat.net forum, because it hasn't been posted to the Gigabyte website yet, but it should be within a few days. But anyway, I have it and I can give it to you. So F8 is the latest BIOS, and that's what I'm going to just show you guys how easy it is to flash. I've already actually flashed my board with this BIOS, but I'm going to do it anyway. So what I've done is copy the BIOS file, which this one ends in F8. It's like EP45 UD3P.F8 is what the file name is. I've put it on this flash drive, which happens to be a USB secure digital card reader, but for all intents and purposes it's a flash drive. You can use any USB flash device for this. You can use a floppy disk, you can use a CD-ROM disk. Who still has a floppy disk in their computer? I don't know, but I don't trust floppies anymore, especially when flash media is so inexpensive. So I have put in my flash drive, like you can see, and now we're going to hit F10, or actually we're going to hit F. We're actually, first what you want to do is go into your BIOS. This is when you're ready to flash the machine. So I'm at the main BIOS screen. You can see here at the bottom it has a bunch of keys you can hit, and one of them is F8, and that loads QFlash. And it'll even ask you, do you want to enter the QFlash utility now? And I'm going to say yes. And haha, we're in Gigabyte QFlash utility. This is included on the motherboard BIOS, built in, no floppy disk needed, no flash utility needed. This is all built in. The only thing you need is the BIOS file to be able to flash. And you can actually even save your old BIOS to a USB drive, floppy drive, whatever, should you ever need to. But I'm just going to update. It's going to ask you which device, and for me, my USB flash device actually shows up as a hard drive, so I'm going to hit HDD0. And as you can see here, I've actually got two files. I've got F8F and F8. F8F was the previous beta version. It's the last beta version before F8 was released. So I'm going to go ahead and flash BIOS F8. So here we go. It's going to read it, and then it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to update the BIOS? All you got to do is hit enter to continue. And there it goes. And it's updated. And verifying. And it's done. So now what you want to do is reset, which it'll give you a hotkey to reset, which is escape. Probably go ahead and be a good idea to pull that flash drive out before you do that. So hit escape. And hit escape again. It'll ask if you want to reboot. Hit enter to reboot. And we've just updated our BIOS. Your machine will power down. Then it will power back on again. And be aware that all your BIOS settings will be lost when you do a BIOS flash. So you will be, everything will be back at default. So start tapping delete so that you can get into the BIOS. There's our lovely Gigabyte splash screen, which I usually like to disable as fast as possible. So now, overclocking with our board. I have actually just, as you saw, reflashed my BIOS, even though I was running the same exact version before. So I'm coming from it just as you are. I have no settings in here yet. Haven't changed a thing. As you can see, if you go into the MIT menu, my clock speed is at 2.66. Everything's at default. So, fresh start. So, one of the first things you want to do before you do anything else is go down into Advanced BIOS Features and look for the device that says CPU Enhanced Halt, or the option that says CPU Enhanced Halt. C1E. You want to make sure that this is disabled.